Hello everyone and welcome back to today's session on Think Like a Programmer and Lead Like a Hero. So when we say about problem solving is not just about coding. It is actually about decision making. So today we'll understand the decision making and problem solving basics based on a rescue mission scenario. So here we have, just imagine that we have a robot rescue mission. You are a programmer and you are programming a rescue robot. Now here we have a building which is collapsed. Inside the building there are three survivors. Survivor X, Survivor Y and Survivor Z. There is a constraint over the robot that it has just 100 units of battery. Now, one more thing we need to know, for every meter that the robot covers, it uses 1 unit of battery. Okay. So now here we'll see about the survivors. Room X survivor, the conditions of all these survivors we'll analyze. So here the survivor is injured and needs immediate help. This survivor is at a 20 meters distance from the robot and the path that the robot needs to cover is easy path. Second room Y, it is 40 meters away, but there is a rubble blocking, which means that there is a debris fallen and the robot has to take a detour of 60 meters to reach this survivor. That means total distance that it has to cover is 60 plus 40, which is 100 meters. Room Z, the survivor is basically unconscious and is 30 meters away. But additionally, the door is locked. So the robot might need 10 units of battery life to open this door. So the total units that the robot needs here is 40. Here it would be 100 and here would be 20. But there is one more constraint here basically, that the robot will be going to the survivor and while coming back again it will be utilizing the units, battery units. So now carrying a survivor back costs double the distance. Understood? So now here for option A, the unit utilized would be double, which means 20 meters to go and come back 20 meters, which is 40 units. Room B, option Y, 100 meters as we saw because of the detour. So 100 plus 100 would be 200 units. Option C, going it will need 30, coming back it would be 30 and to break the door, open the door, it would be 10. So total it would need 70 units. Here it is a typo mistake, so just ignore this. Okay. So here it needs 70 units. So now when you are analyzing this situation, you will see that now either the robot has 100 units. It can either go save room X or room C. Now as we can see that here you will utilize 40 units and you will save 60 units. Here you will utilize 80 units and save 20 units. But additionally, you also need to understand that the room Z, the person in room Z might not even survive because of his condition. But here this person is injured but can survive. The chances of survival is more. So taking into consideration all these points, we will go with room X. So here we are analyzing the conditions. If I save room X first, then I use 40% to 40 units and I will have 60 units saved. This is out of question because it needs 200 units which the robot does not have. So we cannot target this room Y. So room Z, as we saw, that it would actually need spend 10 units and additionally 60 units, that is 70 units it would totally need. So total battery usage here we have 100 units. So out of all the options, what is our best choice? So our best choice is save room X, because balance of urgency also and possibility, which is feasibility. So the robot, we will give the command to the robot, go to room X, 40 units will be utilized round trip. It will return with the survivor and reassess with 60 units left. So we have next best option would be room Z, but we do not have enough battery. So this is the execution that the robot would do. It would go and save the person in room X, and it still has battery unit 60 left. So our mission summary is we have saved one survivor, efficient battery usage because we have efficiently used our battery and saved our battery, and we have successfully completed our mission. Now, why this plan? Because room Y was not feasible and room X had highest urgency, and we conserved 60 units which we can use for future mission. Now, if the robot had 120 battery units, then definitely we could have looked at a further option. That means when the robot had saved room X, the survivor in room X, and would have come back, it would still have battery left to save the other survivor. That means it could have saved the room Z survivor also, and total battery usage would have been 110 units, and it would have 10 units of battery remaining, and he would have saved 2 lives. So depending upon the constraints, the scenarios change. Okay. So moral of the story is real world problems don't have a perfect answer. We have to think properly, plan accordingly, and decide. Once the decision is taken, we have to lead and act. Once the action is taken, after it is done, we have to reflect on it. Could things have been done better? If yes, we can have learnings for the future. So that's real problem solving. And that is how we have to think like an engineer and lead like a hero. So this slide actually gives reflecting questions that how we have learned today, how do we weight urgency versus resource cost, and how we have also analyzed the situation where if the battery life would have been 120, our plan could have changed, and how we could have saved more lives. Also, we understand that always saving most lives is not the best metric. Why or why not? Because basically in certain scenarios it might be better to save better to understand that there are constraints and we need to stop there, right? Now what if we had this scenario we have already taken, and so our mission is complete. Every decision that we take has a cost, hence we need to think smart and save lives here. Thankful, grateful, blessed. So goodbye for now. Have a great day. Alvida, Niro, Anyo, and Sayonara. Khudafis. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.